Hey everybody, welcome back. These were some entitled wedding guests that tried to ruin the big day. The sheer audacity. Cousin tries to self-invite her family to my wedding and requests their own food and that their kids be in the wedding. Shaming my cousin for my upcoming wedding. Oh, don't you love family? Family's so fun, isn't it?
Definitely something.
I'm getting married in October. Initially, we were concerned with guest lists and being able to invite our whole families. Between both our families, we were at 125 people already. It's amazing how many people you need to consider when planning a wedding and creating the guest list. It can get expensive, especially when you're paying for everybody, venues. It gets expensive. My mom had told my aunts and uncles that cousins may not all be invited, and definitely no kids of our cousins will be invited. Cue last weekend, one of my cousins who I haven't seen or really talked to in over 5 years messages me to ask when my wedding date is so they can block off work because they also want to use my wedding to kick off a vacation week for their kids and need to begin planning so that they can save money. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just accommodate your schedule and your children. Sorry. Let me just... It's your wedding. She then goes on to say she would love her kids to be the flower girls and ring bearers and already has the perfect outfits for them in mind. My fiance and me will be having our nieces and nephews filling these roles. Also, her kids want chicken tenders, pasta with butter, cheese fries, and pepperoni pizza with root beer for dinner, and chocolate soft serve ice cream with rainbow sprinkles for dessert.
Anything else I can get you?
I'm sorry, this isn't an Olive Garden. So make sure I order that for them. Again, not a restaurant. Guys, the entitlement! I was gonna invite her and her husband anyways, but she said all of this before even knowing if she's invited. I told her the date, but said we weren't sure on our guest list yet with family because of costs, and if we do invite cousins, that their kids aren't allowed. Now, I'm tempted to delay her save the date a week or two, so she sees her sisters get the first. Lol. She will also be sitting with her entire family, estranged sister and all, per my seating charts. She only doesn't like her sister because she feels her parents are wasting her possible inheritance money on paying for her sister's therapists and treatments programs.
No, mental health is important and it shouldn't be stigmatized.
My aunt and uncle are quite well off, and I will be making it clear, no kids. This is a child-free wedding with the exception of our immediate nieces and nephews. If she tries to bring kids, they will not be allowed in. But seriously, I'm still in awe at the entitlement to assume she's invited and the list of demands. I can understand needing to know if you need to block out a date for a wedding. However, to assume that you will be invited when you're not immediate family, it's a no-go, my dear.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not. I don't envy brides because the amount of stress one has to deal with. Because, if you don't invite them, you know those people are going to be butthurt. You know it. I think we have to get past this idea of oh, family is family. They need to be invited to all big events. No, they don't. I'm sorry. If we don't have a relationship, then why am I inviting you to my wedding and paying for your family? Absolutely not.
There's always room for family.
I'd be hesitant to invite her at all after that. She seems like the type to show up with the kids regardless and also spend the whole time complaining about things. Can confirm. That's exactly who she'll be. OP responds, luckily my aunt is very involved in their lives and so she will be buying their plane tickets so she won't allow the kids to come. And if she wants to come and complain, not my problem. I'll be too busy enjoying myself on the dance floor with everybody else. That's what's up. That's what weddings should be about. Why are you even inviting her? She sounds stressful and she's not even close to you. This is what I'm saying. I'm stressed out just reading this. And I'm not even involved. But people really do be out here butthurt that you didn't invite them. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to help my future cousin-in-law after he tried to have a say in my wedding? I'm getting married this summer. At first, we just wanted to have a ceremony in a pretty place without anyone. Then 2 of our moms were added, then another 12 or so relatives. No friends of mine or my fiance's. Then we decided to have a small banquet somewhere to celebrate. I found a beautiful place where you can rent a lakeside pavilion with staff and food. I really fell in love with that place. But then in a few days, my girlfriend gets a call from her mom who says, hey, Steve came by, this cousin-in-law in question, and he said you should change the venue because the traffic will be bad after we're done and go home. Oh, I'm sorry. How inconvenient for you. My fiance loves her family and hates disappointing people, aka a pushover, so she said, okay. What? Absolutely not. Do not change anything. After she told me what happened, I said he had no right making claims like these, and we haven't even invited anyone yet. We told and showed pictures to moms, and apparently my girlfriend's mom told Steve, who was opposed to that place. Well, Steve can take a seat at home. and not come.
I'm gonna come.
Well, after we told girlfriend's mom that we are appalled at Steve's behavior, when you're invited, if something doesn't suit you, you just don't come. That's what I'm saying. Inconvenient for you? I'm sorry. Then just don't come.
Story of my life.
It started a chain reaction among the relatives. I only have my mom, so no drama. He started pushing the narrative that he's not afraid of a traffic jam himself, but is worried about his father-in-law, who's almost 80. Father-in-law's wife had a flight with my girlfriend's mom, who is her sister. So 6 people out of potentially 12 invited already said they weren't coming to that place I want, all without any official invitations yet. Great, less money to spend for you, okay? We were very stressed and surprised. We started planning the easiest, least offensive wedding possible, and some dude is afraid of a possible 1.5 hour drive back home. Doesn't it take like an hour and a half to drive anywhere these days? Honestly. Like, I've been stuck in Ubers for like an hour, driving across Toronto.
Canada, you did it again.
If they're worried about the father-in-law, then the father-in-law just shouldn't come. Like, sorry, it's not their wedding. They don't get to decide. Okay? But that is not all. A few days ago, he called my fiance asking if she knew someone who could create a website for his company. He knows that's my profession. So she gave me the phone, and first thing he cheerfully said was, "Hey, future relative." Oh, so nice when you want something, aren't you? I got some details and told him I'd think about it.
Not.
I told my significant other that I'm not going to help him. He didn't bother to call us to explain his point of view on our banquet location and instead started spreading God knows what behind our backs among older relatives who don't drive and probably don't even know the location. He might as well have told them it was a 10-hour ride to make them call and preventatively decline the invitation. Again, through my significant other's mom. But when it came to his company and his profits, he called us directly. Ain't that the truth? I told my fiance he's a and I'm not going to help him, but she's upset because she wants everyone to be super friendly to each other. Am I the a-hole? I'm just gonna check my watch quickly. Yeah, it's a little late for that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you don't get a say in other people's weddings. Like, you just don't. Unless it's a matter of life and death, you don't. And even then, if it's that big of a deal to you, just don't go. It's not like, come on. It's supposed to be fun. I thought we were having fun.
This is fun.
Not the a-hole, and don't change at your banquet location for one. That's what's up. Yep, family won't attend. Sounds like the perfect opportunity to invite friends. Yes, and people who are excited to be there rather than people who seem to find it inconvenient to watch you get married. I am gobsmacked that any close relative would turn down the chance to attend a small family wedding because they may be in a car for an hour and a half. I'd be over a moon that I didn't have to fly for yet another destination wedding. Oh yeah, true. An hour and a half is not far at all. People, like, I have traveled like 12 hours for a wedding before, and this person wasn't even a friend. Boyfriend's friends. So, I mean, it wasn't Hawaii, so.
Which isn't the point.
Also, just to clarify, it seems that this is not a close relative, it's a distant relative. I feel like everyone's just coming to the realization that planning weddings for a bunch of entitled family members that you never see is just not worth it. Go to City Hall, maybe have a party that's optional for people to attend, and spend all that money on your honeymoon, babe. Go away for like 2 months. Reddit has dubbed this person not the a-hole. And what I say goes. All right, I left the best for last. I'm so ready to read this. I've been keeping this one from you for a rainy day. It's actually not rainy outside. It's gorgeous and sunny, but I still want to read it, so. Ruin my wedding to propose. I'll ruin your proposal. I, 35 male, have a younger brother. We'll call him Todd, 29 male, who had a complicated birth and had to stay a month in the ICU. And because of that, my parents have always doted on him and almost denied him nothing, even if it was to the detriment of my sister, Abby, 32 female, and I. My brother drinks in on the attention and has on more than one occasion made himself the center of attention at either my sister's, or a cousin's special event. Because of this, Abby and I have a strained relationship with Todd and our parents. Unfortunately, Todd met and fell in love with Lucy, 24 female, who announced her own pregnancy at the baby shower my mom held for Abby. Strike one. When I proposed to my wife, Michelle, I wanted to elope, but she really wanted her family to be there, so I invited my family out of obligation. While out, my best man, Jim, noticed a receipt from a jewelry store that slipped out of Todd's pocket. Jim confronted Todd about this, which led to an argument. Jim told me everything, and I told Todd that he was no longer going to be a groomsman because I knew he was going to propose at my wedding. I'm gonna what? Todd cried to our parents. Sorry, how old are you again? like almost 30, okay, and which led to a blowout. In my parents' eyes, since Todd never admitted that he was going to propose to Lucy at my wedding, I was unfairly judging him. I refused and brought up Todd's past behavior. My parents couldn't refute this and got Todd to agree not to try anything at my wedding. This wasn't enough to convince me to let him be a groomsman, but I warned him that if as a guest he'd try anything, I would make him regret it. Fast forward to the wedding, and surprise, surprise, Todd walked over to Lucy and proposed to her during Michelle's father and daughter dance! And did it in a way so that everyone would notice. Hail to the no. Absolutely not. Away with you. Cue my revenge. Jim and I had hired a woman to pretend to be Todd's side piece. Hold the phone. Hold it. Hold that phone. Who cornered Todd and Lucy and claimed she was pregnant with his baby.
How the turntables.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is spicy. Oh my goodness. Todd denied this, but when she called his phone, I gave her his number and messed with Todd's phone to incriminate him. It didn't look good. Lucy threw the ring back at Todd and left in tears. Oh my. Does the punishment fit the crime? When Todd saw the smile on my face, he knew that it was me, and I didn't respond to a single call/text from him or my parents until after the honeymoon. Lucy has thrown Todd's stuff out and has been denying access to their kid. Todd is furious and demanding that I clear his name. I sent him a text saying that I had no idea what he was talking about, as well as a screenshot for a bill for the wedding, and gave a vague message demanding reimbursement for half the wedding costs. Michelle knew the whole time what I was planning and gave me the green light after Todd ruined her moment with her dad. So I felt pretty good. But now even Abby thinks I went too far. Listen, this is really spicy. Like very, very spicy. Diabolical even.
But it's worth it.
However, I'm not sure if the punishment fits the crime. Just saying. I feel like there's something else that you could have done. Cause like, did he ruin your wedding? Did he stop you from getting married? No, he didn't. Then again, it also would just take like one word from you to say this didn't actually happen. It was just a prank, brah. I don't know. Not the petty revenge that I would have taken. However, let's see what everybody else had to say. During the father-daughter dance, that's insane. I love what you did. Maybe time to go no contact instead of low contact. You have your new family now. I agree, it's bad, but like, it might be just like one step too far. Just a little bit. You know what? Yeah, he did kind of ruin the wedding. Like he did it during the father-daughter dance. It's bad. I don't know, man. I'm a doormat. I would never do this. I would probably just go no contact and never talk to him again. I'm not sure if I would do this explicitly. I can't believe the audacity. It would be one thing if he waited until the party was dying down and it was just his family and a few friends left to do it with his brother's blessing. But against his wishes, during one of the most intimate moments of the reception, he's a douche. I mean, it's a good point. You did tell him that something bad would happen. 1, Todd gets called out. 2, Todd gets warned not to try anything or he will regret it. 3, Todd does his thing anyway. 4, Todd is made to regret doing his thing.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, things escalated to a nuclear option, but dude had every opportunity not to be a scheisse. If he's left doing his best surprise Pikachu impression now, that's on him. Dang, y'all are petty, eh? I don't know. I still feel like it was a step too far. Like, that's also his kid. There's children involved. Now he can't see his kid. Like, it's just like, it is a step a little bit far. I would have done something a little bit different, but that's just my opinion. I don't see anywhere in your description where he apologized for his actions, so I wouldn't worry about apologizing for yours either. He hasn't. OP response. Oh, interesting. Now that you're knee deep in this petty revenge, I would say, yeah, like, don't do anything until he apologizes. And even if he did, like, it's kind of like your immediate response to that should be an apology. You know, clearly you went too far. The brother went too far. Everybody's gone too far. But then to not apologize for what you did when you know you did something wrong. Damn, insane that he hasn't. I was on the fence first. Thought that he brought it upon himself, but that maybe you went a little far. But if he hasn't even said sorry, then damn, you warned him and he lied to you, your family, and presumed them all against you. Not much else to say. He got what he had coming. All right. I definitely want to know what you guys think. Does the punishment fit the crime? Are we all petty a-holes to believe it?
That's okay. I still like you. Subscribe!